Okay, I believe I should be good to start. Although I am gonna have to turn down Spotify a bit. That should be good. Sorry, I'm just checking my audio. So I actually assembled like a playlist to use for stream. So I will be playing that. I had to just make sure that my audio was routed correctly. Because it should be fine as long as it's not saved to the VOD, but... But yeah, I had some audio issues recently, so... It was worth double checking. Alright. Let's just get this first compile out of the way. I'm gonna drink water while that happens. I should also double check with the Spotify playlist that I'm actually shuffling it. Okay, I wasn't. Okay, there we go. Everything should actually be good to go now. Alright, so where were we? Shit. Accidentally stayed for one cycle too long. So I did add a bit of polish to this attack. In the sense that I made it actually indicate when it was going to aim at the player. So that's nice. I feel like this attack is a bit too easy just because, like, it always aims at the player. So you can kind of just, like... I forgot the word for it, but you can kind of just, like... Just go tap. You can basically just go, like, a really small amount, like, up or down while that attack is happening, and you'll just kind of dodge it automatically. So this attack is meant to sort of teach the player about this mechanic of, like, the homing fire. So we can do something really mean with it later. So I'd like for that to be in the next attack. Um, 1 second, I actually need to go do something real quick. Whoop. Sorry, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I have now returned. I can hide this. Oop. One thing I do want to quickly do is I want to quickly like draw just a placeholder sprite for this. Actually, I should hide this for a second. Um, yeah, I want to make a quick placeholder. Okay. Whoop. God damn it! I need to organize my OBS. So we're just gonna make her a big ol' worm. Oh, hang on. Should be 10. Should be. Yeah, actually, this doesn't really do a good job at portraying what I need. We're just gonna make her a circle. Honestly. Make her a big ol' circle. And honestly, in that case, we didn't even need to go into A sprite. Um. I guess actually I should do this in that case. Increase the contrast. So then we're gonna put that in bosses. Yeah, we can just leave there. 128 by 128. Oh, it's still showing a sprite. Whoops. Anyway, need to go to here. The insta sprite index. So we're changing a sprite. Essentially, the idea is that she's also going to do contact damage while following the player. That does mean we're going to have to wait for GameMaker to recompile the texture sheet. So that's wonderful. We're just going to have to wait. As usual. Okay. Ow. Okay. Ow. Dude, I suck. There we go. Ow. Ooh. So that crashed, actually. And I think I know why. Ah, okay. Yep. As I suspected. We'll just say that this is C_white by default. Actually, we'll say it's C_black because that's the more used one. Then we don't need this. We don't need these variable declarations. Sick. Save that out. gonna duplicate this sprite so that we can make a segment. And the reason for that is because this boss is essentially a centipede. Or like a caterpillar or some sort of segmented creature. At least that's the plan. Now, the only problem with that is trying to figure out how I'm going to run that. Because currently, I have no fucking clue, to be honest. Like, I'm thinking we just do it in a list? Like, we basically just get... So, in the boss, we make a list. Okay, I think I know what to do. Sort of. Because the only thing that's kind of annoying here is bullets automatically getting deleted. Right? Because, okay, essentially, if we go into this next round script, yeah, it just deletes every bullet. Which is a problem, because we don't want it to do that in this case. Right, okay. So what's like the best way to do this? Because like the thing is, we could do this in like a width or a width statement instead. Like just say with obj underscore bullet. And then we check for a sprite. And like if it's the correct sprite, then it doesn't delete itself. But the problem with that is that that's just going to be very inefficient on whatchamacallit. That's going to be very inefficient on CPU. I guess what we could do instead is do it in the delete obj because there is a less common. The delete obj is kind of like a bullet, but it's reserved for these sorts of special cases. So we can do this here with obj, delete obj. And then we just do instance destroy self. Or if sprite index It's not equal Abby or SBR Abby segment. There we go. Look out for capital A. I think that's probably fine. Okay. So then, what we need to do is in each delete OBJ. Here's what we do. In each delete OBJ, yeah, okay. So we basically add an if sprite index equals we add the segment. So essentially here we're going to have to repeat a couple of things. Hello, cozy typist. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So I need to create a few new instances. Doing well, just finished eating dinner. Nice. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so we're gonna create. Oh, it'd have to be at the old X and Y of this instance. Yeah, I'm making a bullet hell. Exactly. What programming language? So this is GML. It's in Game Maker. So not really like a standard language, although it is similar to C#, I've heard. So, like C# or Java. Yeah. We'd have to set this to have a following. I guess we'd have to have like an old instance variable. So I guess then we just set this, and then we need to reset old instance to this instance. And the purpose of this is so that I can now go into this. Oh, I actually should add a list to each of these as well. Dot track. So I guess tracking positions equals ds list create. Need to head out for a bit, but you just wanted to follow so you can easily find me again later. Can't wait to see some gameplay. Hey, thanks for coming along. Yeah, that's all good. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, now that we have this list, we can now actually use both of these variables in the script to make this actually follow something, which is nice. So these are the variables we're working with. I'm just gonna comment these out. Following equals object being followed. This is a list of positions for the followed object. Need a var delay, so a tracking delay, so that segments don't just immediately follow each other. I'm gonna set this to be 30 frames for now. And we can change this later as well, which is sort of the point of setting it as a variable. So then we'd add we'd basically add a map to this. And just to be safe, I'm gonna mark that as a list. Or mark it in the list. Although we're actually gonna have to get the size of this multiple times, so I'm just gonna make it a variable. So ds list size. List size. Tracking positions. I'm gonna just add a comment to this as well, so tracking functionality. How long or many frames delay between movement each segment. Right, so this is add a new set of positions. Get list size. We got new list size. We do ds list markers map. List size -1. So we mark the latest entry a map. Just to be sure. I'm pretty sure this is only used for JSON technically, but eh. Wait, actually, now that I think about it, I need to note this down for something later. Hang on. By doing this, I just figured out a potential bug for something else I was working on. So, one moment, I just need to note this down. Okay, back to this. I'm gonna drink water quickly as well. Maybe one moment. Gonna put a gap between those as well. And now we get the map. Var underscore map equals tracking position list size -1. There we go. Get lost entry of list. Now oh, actually Actually, this should be fine for now, but I might have to reformat this if this doesn't work. So then we'd add to this map x, and then following dot x. Then on the y, we'd add the y. Followed object y or x. Add followed object y. So that's the setup. Then this is the tracking movement. Breaking this into smaller steps, just to be sure. Yep. So then we see okay, hang on. if you know, maybe it'd be easier to just insert this. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to always insert this at the 0th position. So then we just need to mark this as a map. And then we just need to find this. And then we don't even need this, per se. Like, we could just find this, like, here. Is higher than, or equal to 31. Do ds list delete. Actually, no, we do. Yeah, so we do map equals tracking positions at position 30. It would actually be. Then we do yes map destroy map. So we destroy map data. And then we delete it in the list. Ds list delete tracking positions at position 30. Delete list entry. Get the 31st entry. So that essentially assures that we will only have... Actually, I did this wrong. Because I should be checking it based on this. That's essentially what all of this even means. Get... is no longer needed. Needed because it exceeds the tracking delay. Okay. The cat just came in and put the door wide open. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I am back. Hopefully, the cat will not do that again. She can be a little bit annoying with that, to be honest. If DS list size tracking positions higher than or equal to tracking delay. We got map should equal tracking positions at the 29th or at tracking delay -1. Get delayed position map. We do x equals map x, then y equals map y. So we do update x, update y. Okay, and now after doing all of that, that should mean we are correctly set up to have like following segments. Do inst dot sprite index equals Abby segment, and this should just work. Like, no memes, no bullshit. This should just work. Like, actually. I'm not even trying to just quote Todd Howard. It should actually just work. Let's see how it'll crash. Oh. Wait, no, it actually does work. We have made a centipede. It is horrifying. Oh. I'm surprised that worked first time, actually. Oh. Hello, JBR and Ichi. Hello. Yeah, good to see you too, Ichi. And yeah, I'm well, JBR. Thank you both for coming along. So currently, I'm just working on the secret boss, and I just got this sort of segmentation system working. So you can see that each of the circles are following each other at a delay. So that's pretty cool. I actually really like this. Can kind of coil them up, but I mean, I think that's fine for now. Now, I want to make sure they actually do damage as well. Is the thing. Right now, I don't think the front one does damage directly. We can actually check this by going to its second attack. We go... We just... Oh, right, but it actually deletes it for the second attack, so that's not good. So why is that? Your internet is exploding right now. Wish you could watch. Good luck with the game. Yeah, that's all good. It happens. Internet do be rough. So like, here's the weird thing. This should work. It shouldn't be deleting this between rounds. It's really odd. Is this potentially an issue in the boss script? Or in the target script? It should be, if I had to guess. Okay, so I do this in event 0 or user event 0. Ah, here we go. So this is because we manually delete the objects, the object here. So we'd actually have to do this here with obj delete obj. Sorry, we'd have to check if it exists first. If instance exists obj underscore delete obj, which this is basically just the object that the segments are using. Set it to delete itself, but only if it is not, only if it's not a segment, like this. Or actually, like that. That would do the opposite. So now this should retain between rounds. Also, I'm gonna change the delay between each segment. Which should be here. So I can just put a custom delay here. So let's try 40 frames. That's the good thing about how I programmed that. I didn't hardcode the values. So I can actually just have it delayed 40 frames between each segment. Or however much I want. Yeah, this is a bit more spread out. Okay. Yeah, so this actually keeps it. Ugh. You know, it's kind of freaky being followed by a centipede, to be honest. I really like that. This is a gimmick that I haven't used anywhere else. I do want to check if it does damage. So yeah, the front doesn't do damage yet, but the backs should. If I, like, go here, like, do this. So yeah, the back of the centipede does do damage. So that's good. But obviously, we want the front to do damage as well. Which brings up an interesting problem of how. I think essentially what we would do is have, like, an invisible head. So we'd have a segment that is just the head, and it will just follow exactly. I think that would be the easiest way to do this. So we could do var I equals 0. Do I plus plus. And then we basically just do if I equals 0, we set int dot head to true, otherwise it's false. Yep. Should be all good. So then, in delete obj, we check. So all of this, we only bother doing this if this is the head. Is the idea. Yep, so if, or if it's not the head. Otherwise, we would just follow it exactly. Dot x equals following dot y. So what this should now mean is if I set this to be, set it to something visually distinct just so that we can verify that it works. Like, we're just gonna have this yellow dot. Let me just double check that this is set up correctly. So yeah, then I'd want to repeat this 5 times. Although it's gonna recompile a texture because I changed it. Alright, let's check this. I like how it made the front look like an egg. That wasn't even intentional. I am now being followed by a boiled egg. Wonderful. But no, that proves that this is working as intended. As weird as that is. This is working exactly as intended. Whoop. Okay, it dies at the end. That's okay. Well, the game crashes at the end. Easy fix to that. Okay, maybe not so easy fix to that. Okay, no, actually... If sprite index is the boss, we just delete all of the obj underscore delete objs. Yep. Okay. So that should be all good. Although, speaking of that, I think here we need a destroy if sprite index equals, let me just increase this, equals a segment. We would clear the list, which I believe the list name is this. Oh. Yes, list clear. So this should help ensure that it's clearing up the memory afterwards. Because obviously we don't want a memory leak with this. I mean, this boss is gonna be so niche, it probably shouldn't matter anyway. But, like, obviously if I can avoid making a memory leak issue at all, I would rather avoid it. Oops. I suck. For what it's worth, I'm gonna be rebalancing these attacks later. My policy when it comes to bosses, is that if I can't no-hit it, then it's too much. So this is likely not final unless I can sure that I can actually clear it without getting hit. So right now I'm getting hit a lot because I'm not very well practiced, but Okay. So that's a little bit jank looking, but we can clean that up later. That's a future me problem. Right now what matters is that it doesn't immediately crash, which is what I need for testing purposes. So that's good. Alright. Good. So I have an idea of what to do for the next attack. At least I think I do. Alright, let's try something. So we're gonna set the phases max to 4. Also, I think for this middle attack, or the start phase attack, the timer is a bit too long. I think 6 seconds should be enough to get the point across. Other than that, we do this, do this. Now, the only issue here... Actually, no, this shouldn't be an issue because we have timer as like a running counter. So what we're essentially going to do... We do... VOD direction equals timer mod 60 times 6 it should be. So that should make it so that it rotates in a circle over a period of 60 frames. We don't need a repeat in here. I don't think we need the sound in here either. Okay, this attack might be slightly crazy the first time that we play it. Because there is currently no delay. So I'm interested to see how many bullets this will be. var x offset equals length direction x. I forget the value that I'd normally use for this. Essentially, that's like a certain amount of distance that works really well for circle attacks. I need to quickly check this. It should be visible just by looking at fire. Okay, so it's this. 1204 is the magic number for this. Okay. Score direction. So we can set this to something like 8 by default. We could even set it to like 12 and then just half this, like the acceleration. We'd also need to find the Y offset as well. Add this. Whoops. Plus. Equals direction plus 180. To make it face the opposite. Okay, this attack should be absolutely insane. Probably not in a balanced way, but I'm interested to see how it'll look. Should be pretty flashy if everything goes according to plan. So I'm gonna skip to it. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's not balanced at all. Yep, that's that is very unbalanced. I think maybe if we removed the tracking from that, that could actually be pretty cool. And let's try this. Like, we just delete the tracking. Oop. Oh, right. So we can't... The game crashed. I know why. It's because we actually need to set the tracking to false. We can't just have it unset. Drink water as well. Oop. Oh, that's another target over here. There we go. Okay, I mean, obviously we can't use this because it's a bit too easy and just kind of leads to them coiling around like this. But that is funny. That's kind of funny. Honestly, quite incredible. Alright, enough of that. So, interesting thing here as well. What if we added a delay or like or if timer mod 2 equals 0. So we spawn half as many bullets. Let's see what this is like. Because the interesting thing I noticed is that you can almost kind of escape that loop. It's like if you go there, you can kind of escape it. But then eventually you kind of have to go back into it. That could be interesting. Maybe if we make it like slower. Actually, what if we made it like significantly slower as well? We just made this like 6. This could have an interesting effect. Whoa. Okay. Okay, we need to get it to the top right. That's interesting. Because once again, we can kinda loop around it. It's a bit weird to get into though, so I'm not sure if we're gonna keep that, but it's a cool idea. I might see if this could work again. Like, what if we set the tracking to true again? Like, made it spawn significantly less often. but then set it to track as it was before. Whoop. I'm gonna just skip this as well. Oh shit. Wait, this is actually cool. I kind of dig this, actually. Like, if we just made this a little less. If we made it spawn even less, then that's actually kind of cool. I like that. Do, like, timer mod 120? Do it by 3. Then I guess we could do mod 6 here, so it only spawns every 6 frames. Let's see how that goes. This could be interesting. Whoop. Okay, this is cool. It's a little bit easy, but it is kind of cool. Just to look at. If we added additional bullets to that, that could be interesting. What if we copy this, do mod 3, we create it at the boss X, at the boss Y, we create the Hellfire, we do point direction, inst.x, inst.y, then we do obj underscore player, hboxx, obj underscore player dot hboxy. So we're getting the hitbox position of the player. We do that. We set tracking to false. We can comment this out. We set underscore speed to be actually 6 kind of works. I also kind of want to change the color of this. One moment. I need to quickly get a new color. to use for this boss. Actually, I won't bother with it for now. I can mess with that off stream. Ah, shit. Too slow on my dev cheats. There we go. There we go. There we go. This still doesn't quite work. Oh, actually, neuron activation moment. Hang on. What if we do a counter circle? So we like... Hang on. So what if we just copy this verbatim? But instead, we do... But we actually, like, mirror the X. Although I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Um... Okay, so we do direction equals this times -3. Set tracking to false. So this should be fine. Ooh, okay, that's a bit brutal. Whoops, I accidentally spawned too many targets. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's still a bit too much. What if we made them very slow? And just took away their acceleration? Or actually, I think just taking away their acceleration would be enough to get that effect. Hello, Anna-Jinx. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're well and all of that. Ah, shit. Oop. Been lurking since I started, but you're done with the stream you're on now. Oh! I really appreciate that. That's crazy. Oh. The game crashed, so that's interesting. Let's see why that happened. Oh, it's because I didn't set the acceleration. Yeah, I hope that, I think I saw that earlier in your stream, like you pinged that you were gonna be on, Himbo's channel, if I'm correct. Yeah, how'd that go? I hope that was fun. He's about to hit affiliate. Hope that stream gets him there. Yeah, fingers crossed. That would be really cool to see. Wow, I suck at this attack. Doesn't help that I'm being followed by the worm. Ooh. It was fun, but it was a Hades-like game, so you were mostly dead. That's understandable, yeah. Alright, let's see this. Okay, this attack is pretty cool. I'm kinda liking this. The only problem is that it's maybe not the best indicated. Bullet pattern looked crazy, yeah. And I guess the only other issue with that is that at the end it seems to become like pretty undodgeable. So I'm gonna have to mess with that further. What if I turn off the tracking for this one? Hmm. Yeah, the tracking made it fun there, but there were too many. Exactly. Interesting. I just don't really know how I'd fix that, is the thing. So, like, I may have to mess with that after this test. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna skip to the attack. Using dev tools. Okay. Ooh, that was... I don't know, that was... okay. But I don't really like it. I am reintroducing the tracking ones. Now, I think the reason why it was so egregious was just because they weren't synced. Like, the timers weren't synced. So what if I did 10-10 here in terms of the spawn rate? This may be the fix I needed. Let's see how this goes. This actually seems fine. Oh shit. It still seems to be desyncing in a weird way. I think I might have... Why? What if I just made this to be +3 again? What if I just commented this? Just did a flat add of 180. I think this might be okay. Oh, so I should also... I am removing the yellow part. So, like, the yellow part on the front of the centipede worm thing was meant to be just a test, but it makes it look too much like an egg. Thanks for the stream. Gonna head to bed. Am I streaming any more this week? Would be good to catch my stream. So I normally stream every Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Wait, no. Every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. I had to push back yesterday's stream to today. So yeah, I should be streaming again in 2 days at the same time. So yeah. Right. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So this seems more dodgeable. The question remains there of, like, how would I put targets in this attack? Actually, if you can kind of break break out of, like, the circle and still be okay. So maybe that's fine, actually. So we are gonna have to redo the spawn zone for the targets. Oh yeah, also good night, JB. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, that could be doable. I do need to change the spawn zone though. So Okay, I'm gonna have to look at the way I do boss phases normally. Okay, so it's this. Me if you ever played that level. Yeah, so this is gonna be like a secret post game boss. So this isn't gonna be required content by any means. It's basically gonna be your, if you're up to the challenge, feeling insane. Hmm. Okay, so I believe Spawn Zone 4 should be good for this phase. I go if phase equals 3. Do that. Just delete this. You would try it knowing you were not up to the challenge. And spend 5 to 6 hours attempting anyway. So the interesting thing is I'm sort of wondering how I should implement this boss. Because with the way I was planning to implement it initially, the run up to the boss would be like about 60 rounds long. But I feel like that's probably too much even with a practice mode. Because like hypothetically you could just encounter the boss and then do practice mode to sort of get him down. But then, like, I don't know, I still just don't like the idea of making someone do a run to round 60 just to throw a boss at them that is like this difficult and having them just lose that. Like, that would be truly evil. Ah, shit. $50 sounds better than 60. Even that's a lot, yeah. So I can't I can't spoil exactly why it was planned to be 60, but it would make sense, like in context, why it has to be 60. So I'm noticing another problem here. That's... Yeah, I can do 60. But I'm kind of wondering, like, maybe I should have it so that you're just almost like stuck there until you beat it. People beat Sans in genocide runs. Well, this would be kind of like if you had to do the entire... Like, let's think about this. That would be like if you had to do, like, the entirety of Ruins every time that you want to retry Sans. Yeah, I like the idea of maybe locking them into the boss and being like, you can't escape, you have to beat this. Purgatory Burnus boss. That's actually not far off, is the funny thing. That's kind of the intent, actually. So you could just keep people in purgatory. That would be fun. That sounds super cool. I'm glad you think so. It could be a fun idea. I'm also gonna switch this to 12. So it'll only spawn 5 every second. So like I could actually somewhat spoil how to get to the boss, but essentially it'll more or less require the blacklist. So what the blacklist does is that it allows you to block certain attacks from appearing. And so I'm trying to think how much I should reveal here in terms of like how you would reach it. But it would essentially be blacklisting too many things would cause the boss to appear because there are no more attacks you can get. So yeah. And hence, the boss is going to be somewhat like Abyss themed or like Purgatory themed. Also, I selected the wrong weapon. I'm using the dogs. Which I guess the dogs kind of work for what I need. Ah, shit. Okay. Yeah, locking them in with the boss would be very thematic. Gotta log off, have to wake up in 6 hours? By all means, yeah. Thanks for coming along, though. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Hope everything goes well. Look forward to that time? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is a lot harder, but almost like, in a way, it almost feels more fair, but only barely. It's just kind of weird. Super cool, I did graffiti. Graffiti? I'm trying to figure out what you mean, but... eh. I weren't... I won't press further for details since you have to... Yeah, since you gotta go. Yeah, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Whoop. I should just skip this. Ooh, I still feel like that's just too many bullets. Damn, I don't know how to balance this. Okay, what about... What about if we only spawned a tracking bullet every second bullet? And I'm actually gonna copy this into here. Just so that we have these separated off for ease of use. Well, not for ease of use, but for optimization. The only thing that needs to be kept is the speed. So then we can actually move this in here as well. Oh, actually, the direction needs to be set every time, since we're using it in birth calculations. Okay, here we go. God damn it, I suck. I'm so bad. I'm washed. Once again, I will be going back and rebalancing these attacks later. I feel like this is fine, actually. I just had to have less of the tracking bullets. Okay. I'm gaming. Dude, I'm not washed anymore. You can still kind of circle around, but this can be fixed just by introducing some more targets. Oh god. Not good to go counterclockwise, though. Hmm. And let's actually spawn the targets, for one. So we're gonna add an OR statement to this. So this applies for this attack as well. Okay. Ah, shit. Oh shit, there's a target there. My god. Ah god, I missed my clicks. Oh, that was not good. I'm not necessarily sure if that's okay or not, because sometimes I feel like I just kind of die. Like, I feel like sometimes that attack just chooses to kill me. Which obviously I don't want that to be the case. If someone's playing this for real. Ugh. So, like, I'm wondering how dependent it is on your, like, starting position. You know, honestly, as long as you stay... I accidentally clicked out. Okay, that's probably fine. Like, especially since they're gonna be able to practice it. So, like, yeah. Okay, the next thing I want to do is actually, like, polish related. So I want to quickly go to, like, the fire script. I want to just copy over the particles from fire. Like this. So where do I do the hellfire script? I forgot to add comments to this. I just want to make sure, like, it's pretty straightforward, so I don't need to, like, comment it a bunch, but I still just want to make sure they're in there. Obviously. Okay, so this should make them all have particles, which is fun. Good to see. Whoa, that's probably too many. Like, that adds a bit much, like, too much visual clutter. It looks cool, but... I just think it's too much. Oh, I accidentally changed my special as well. Okay, so let's turn that down. Okay. So I'm thinking I want to just have it be a little less fast. But like, not even that, I just want to have it exist for less time. What if we like half its lifespan? Like maybe this, and then maybe we reduce its base alpha by a little bit. And then the alpha fade can be similar case here. So the idea is that we just condense the particles. Have them a bit... Have them a bit more close to the actual bullet. That's not great. I got hit by that. Maybe I want it to just carry over more of the speed. Oof. That's not good. Okay. I think I know why this may still be a bit overkill. I guess we want to randomize the direction less. Hmm. I still think we need to, like, have it be less... Like, just make it exist for less time still. What if we did that? Made the lifetime 20. 2.5. Could try that. Actually, I just realized another reason why this could be acting kind of strange. Yeah, okay, I see the problem. It's that it actually isn't getting the speed correctly. And it honestly might be the same thing with term bullets as well. Yeah, so it doesn't get the Y speed and the X speed correctly, is the problem. Equals length x DSP dangle then we do this instead. So let's copy this over to Hellfire as well. We're gonna have to test both of these. I'm gonna get water as well because I've been talking a lot. Look, I unfortunately do not have bot commands set up on my stream yet. I probably should, to be honest. Sorry about that. So we're gonna test these particles, is the idea. Okay, that's not correct either. I've done something wrong. Let's just die. Okay. What did I fuck up? I mean, this should be correct. Hmm. This is really odd. I don't know why this isn't working. I know why. It's because I did this in the wrong order. I don't know why I do the Y speed here. I should probably do it down here since you usually do X and then Y. I'm gonna have to fix this for the term bullet as well. Just double check. Yeah, okay, so it's the same problem here. That was pretty dumb of me. Hopefully this should work a little bit better. There we go. Now the particles stick a little bit more with the actual bullets. Now the problem is that they're not visible enough. So we can quickly try and fix that as well. So we're gonna bump this back up to the original values. Just to see what we're working with as a baseline. Okay, so that's the default. I think the default is a little bit too visible. It does look cool. It's just a little bit too cluttered visually for me to feel okay with it. Wondering how this will look with these. Interesting. Okay. so let's see if we can make this a bit less visually cluttered. So I guess what I probably should do is reduce this offset. I should make it stay for a little bit less time. So I think halving this would be okay. Sorry, this would actually have to be 24. Make it fade a bit more as well. Waiting for it to appear on stream. Okay, this isn't as bad. I do think they're a bit, like, too invisible to start with. We can fix that as well. I think for now that movement is fine. Okay, we go back and we tweak it again. It's gonna be a lot of this until we get it looking pretty good. What if we have this at like 0.7 to start with? So then we do 3? I think would make sense. Actually, we could even crank this up to like 8. Then do 4. Let's try that. Okay, it's visible on stream. There we go. Actually kind of like that a lot better. It's still a lot less visible on those sorts of bullets. Test this again. Oh. Yeah, I'm still not sure about that attack. Trying to think of how I could balance that. You know, actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save this out. I'm gonna quickly make a version of this. More work on the secret boss. So I'm committing this to my repository, and then I'm gonna see what else we can do here. So we can put this back at like 12. Also, really quickly before I forget, I'm gonna need to test this as well. Okay, these seem fine already. The particles in specific. Okay, all good then. Oh shit. I forgot that I have to run away from the boss. I mean, I feel like that alone is actually like a pretty cool version of that attack. Like, I could actually tolerate that. Maybe we tone it down to like 10. I like how for a second there, the firing of the bullets almost synced up perfectly with the current background music. It's pretty funny. Okay, I don't like it being so close to the edge of the screen. That's kind of a problem with, like, the targets. Um... So I'm just looking at some other potential spawn zones for the target. Okay, I think image 15 is a pretty good one that I could use for this. We go here. Image 15. By the way, I need to fix the warnings for this as well. Like, this one's fine. This one definitely needs to actually work. Which attack is horses? Because that should be one that I can copy this over from. Okay, that's pattern 16. Okay. That's for phase 1. Phase 2. It should just be at the boss position, I suppose. Which I believe already exists in the case of... In the case of Pandoria, although I'm struggling to find that, actually. Where is Pandoria? Which one is she? Oh, that's Griffith. Pandoria is 47. Okay. Go to patent 47. Okay, here we go. This should be more suitable. Our only difference is that we need that to equal 2. And then for this, I need this to be in phase 3. So that's here. Okay, I believe these should now all indicate correctly. That's the idea, at least. And I did change the image, I'm pretty sure. But let me just double check. Okay, yeah. Let's test this out. Okay, so that indicates correctly. Ah, shit. Okay. All good. I might need to have a little bit more distance on that indicator, but it's otherwise fine. I do want to double check this one. Okay, so yeah, that does show up correctly. Ugh. I think that attack is cool. Ooh. So yeah, let me just go into here. This needs to be a little bit farther. We'll do like 180. Should be pretty reasonable. Oh. Okay, that's pretty good. It actually, like, somewhat indicates them now. Ow. I suck. Alright, I'm trying to think what else I can even do for now. I could try and make another attack. Um, that'd be fun. I think I'll do that, but first I'm gonna take a quick break. Um, just a quick bathroom break, so I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Sorry. Sorry for the not super fast bathroom break. I realized I had to take my other bottle of water out of the fridge. So, yeah. Alright. So I do have another idea of an attack I could add. That of course means we need to add another phase. This boss is gonna be pretty long. Hello, Zal. I assume you're enjoying the metal in the background. Very nice. I definitely do like my metal. You are? Nice. No, that's good to hear. Because it is a lot of what I play as background music. Because, you know, sometimes I'm not sure, like, because what I want to listen to may not necessarily be what people viewing the stream want to listen to. So it's good to hear that people do, in fact, enjoy it. Alright, so here. I mean, this kind of makes the if statement redundant, but we'll just deal with it for now. Um, I guess we can do here. Can't guarantee you know all the bands, but you're a metalhead, one of your main types of music. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at as well. Like I don't even really know this band. I just kind of like a lot of the songs that I've found I kind of just find through the Spotify recommendations. So yeah, I don't necessarily know bands either. I just find the songs. So for the direction here, so I kind of don't need any of this for the attack I want to make next. So I'm gonna do like X0. Gonna do room height plus how many? I forget how big the Hellfire sprite is. Okay, it's 57 tall. Okay. So we'll have to like plus 28-ish. Do plus 29 just to be sure. Okay. We don't need a directional angle. Ooh, but this could be a problem. I guess I kind of do need a directional angle now that I think about it. Okay. So I actually need to change something in the way I handle the particles. Okay, I think I know how I can fix this. Wherever we have Hellfire, we just need to have this so that it's affected by this and the actual X speed and Y speed. There we go. So that should fix that issue. that was going to arise where it wouldn't do the particles correctly. Like, that was kind of my fear. I also should just delete all of this. This is all just junk at this point. And I also have it backed up in Git anyway, so... I think we need this anymore, except... Okay, let's make a new offset variable. Offset equals room width divided by 2. Should be times choose -1 or 1. So then this can be just the center of the room divided by 2 plus this. Okay. So that should make it spawn from either side of the room. So then we do x speed equals speed times the sine of the x offset. I think so. Well, actually, no, it should be the opposite of that. So we can just do... I mean, we could just do this. Make it -6 by default. Just call it a day. Then the directional acceleration is nothing. We do y speed equals -2. Yeah, good enough is good. Exactly. This should just effectively do what I want. I do also want to have an inverted gravity effect. Except I forget how bullets handle gravity. I need to quickly double check this. Oh. Okay, sorry, I was just looking through some code. So I think what I need is something like this. So that gravity, then tracking should be false. Okay, I think this should be all good. So I'm gonna just skip to the attack. Okay, so it didn't turn out exactly how I intended. For, which was probably pretty obvious. This is like almost there, though. But like the gravity in particular. Yeah, the gravity definitely didn't work how I wanted it to. Can fix that in here. I need this to be negative. Um, so I guess we need to do like a random range here. Between like 1 and speed. So this will actually be like a maximum speed instead. So we can just see how that goes. Oh, I forgot to start skipping. Okay. This is like almost what I had in mind, but like not quite. So like the gravity thing doesn't seem to be working. Just strange. I don't know if that's just because it's too small. Maybe we kick this up to like 0.05 or something. Like even 0.01. Let's try having this at like 0 to start as well. Okay, this is a bit closer to what I had in mind. Now, obviously, this still needs a bit of work as well. But it's definitely closer. Okay. So we need this to be like... I'd say this needs to be like 3 to start with. So this should hopefully make it so that there's not, like, a gap here. That's the intent. Also, I forgot to skip the attack again. Okay. Hmm. There definitely needs to be a bit more speed there, in my opinion. Like, not even this. We just, like, add a shit ton of speed. Yeah, I gotta go fast, exactly. Okay, and then we can set this to, like, 0.5. Whoop. 0.5, like that. Whoa, okay, I fucked something up, apparently. I know what I messed up. Okay. I forgot a zero. Amazing. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, this is better. Obviously, this is still pretty difficult. But yeah, that's a bit closer to what I wanted. Have this be like 1.5 to begin with as well. Oh, whoops, wrong attack. Oof. So this still isn't quite what I want, actually. I'm gonna have to turn up the lifetime of these bullets as well. So, like, the initial plan was to actually have them bounce off of the sides as well, which would be cool, in my opinion. Um, Now, the only problem with adding a bounce functionality is this means I now have to go back and do this to every bullet here as well, but set it to false. Like, not even that, I have to set it to -1 because I have to... No, actually I won't have to set it to -1. I may have to, like, optimize this later so that I can just... Like, I might have to put this in a list instead. Where each, like, Hellfire bullet would basically just spawn with a list of extra properties. And so I wouldn't have to... Or actually, it'd be a map of extra properties. It would just check for a string to see if it has a given property, instead of having to just tack this onto every single bullet. But I'm not going to bother doing that on stream, since that's kind of boring. So we go to Hellfire. So then we do if bounce do if, what would it be? If x speed is higher than 0 and the right of the bounding box is higher than room width. Okay, how about this instead? If B-box right is higher than room width, no, actually that... Okay. I was trying to think of how to optimize this. For a second, I thought I could just skip this X check, or this X speed check. But on second thought, that actually isn't a good idea. So, let's not do that. Because otherwise, when it's off the screen completely, it'll just repeatedly do it. So this sort of reduces that risk. So this is just kind of a quick and dirty way to implement a bounce mechanic. We can just see if this works. Alright, let's see if it bounces. Okay, that didn't work at all. Cool. Let's step through why. Actually, did I even set bouncing correctly on them? In-stop bounce equals true, so that should work. Let's go find this. So if X speed is less than 0, and B box left is also less than 0, so essentially this should be checking for a negative number. And then if it is negative, if this is negative, and the left of the bounding box is outside of the room because it's less than 0, then it should just reverse the X speed. Oh, I didn't add a negative. That would be why. I'm just timesing it by 1. That does nothing. I understand my mistake now. Okay. So now this should actually bounce. Alright, don't let me down. There we go. We're getting a bit of bouncing. But obviously the bullets need to be a bit faster if we want more bouncing. Or they need less vertical speed. Which I don't see why we couldn't just do both. Honestly. So we set this to 10. Set this to like 2.4 or 0.025. We can see if this works. Oops. So due to how long the delay is, there's obviously still some room for improvement. Like the first few seconds of the attack, there isn't much happening. I think maybe what could help with that is to actually randomize the Y speed. So we get this instead. And we could even randomize the gravity, really. Maybe that's like a little too far, but we can mess with it. I see no reason not to experiment here. Yeah, so it should just create a bit more variation in how fast they're going upwards, which I think is necessary. I also kind of want to have them spawn a bit higher, so we could actually set this up here. So we got a greater offset. And so hopefully changing the spawn position will allow you to see where they're spawning from, like a bit earlier. We can go try this out. Oh, ran into the worm. Lovely. There we go. Okay, this is cool now. Obviously, it's still a bit too hard, but this is definitely getting there. So what I think could be better here, we do timer mod 5, and then we'll actually do one of each. So we'll do x offset equals, sorry. Oh. Okay, I'm messing things up. I don't think we need this. So that's good in terms of the offset. And what we'll do is we then times equals -1. And then we repeat this twice. So instead of it being random what side it spawns on, we just spawn one on both sides. That's the plan anyway. Oh, also this should be -1. Actually, now that I think about it. Well, really, it should be from here to -1. Because this is -10. This should be -1. Now, the only issue with that is that may cause a safe zone problem. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't want people to just safe zone it. Whoop. So yeah, this is the issue we got with this. This is now a safe zone, kinda. Which that could also be fixed. So in that case, we just need to make it between that and 0. And that should fix that safe spot. Apart from that, I still think it spawns slightly too often. See how this feels by comparison. Oh god. Whew. So this attack is hard even to just dodge, is the crazy thing. Good luck, time for bed for me. Yeah, I was gonna head out in a second anyway, so that's all good. In fact, I honestly might just end stream now. I will make this a future me problem. Yeah, so thank you all for watching though. I really appreciate um really appreciate that. I've been finding that I'm actually getting some viewership lately, which always makes it more fun. Getting some people like coming and going and being able to chat. Let's see if we have anyone we can raid though. Okay, I'm gonna go raid Fleshy. Fleshy's doing just chatting, but she normally does like gaming or art, and yeah, she's just a really cool VTuber, so we can go raid Fleshy right now. I'll be back in about 2 days, roughly the same time as usual. And I also announce any like changes to plans on my Twitter if you want to keep up with that. So yeah, anyway. See ya. Bye-bye. Raiding now.